dear students, welcome to Gurudeva online classes. Dear student, in last class we are discussed about standard unit of measurement. In today's class I am going to discuss next point, that is the correct measurement of length. Okay. Dear student, in our daily life we use various types of measuring devices. Dear student, we use meter scale to measuring length. Dear student, if you going to a tailor shop, a tailor uses a tape to measuring the cloth. Dear student, if you going to cloth shop, where cloth merchant uses a meter or measure the cloth. Dear student, for measuring the length of an object, we choose a suitable devices. For example, you can't measure the girth of a tree or the size of your chest using a meter scale. Okay, to measure this, we need measuring tape, because here to measure the girth of a tree or the size of our chest, this measuring tape is more suitable devices. Okay. Dear student, for small measurement, for example, the length of your pencil, you can use a 15 centimeter scale from your geometry box. Okay, if you measuring by using 15 centimeter scale any cloth, that is not suitable. Okay, if you measuring any small object, you can use small measuring scale. You can use a 15 centimeter scale from your geometry box. Okay, dear student, we have to know here, to measure any object, we have to use here suitable devices. Okay, dear student, making measurement of a length of an object, we should follow these procedure. Okay, let us see first one. Dear student, you place the scale in contact with the object along its length. Dear student, let us see this picture here. Dear student, for this activity we need one scale and paper. Dear student, when you measuring any object, you keep with contact of an object. After that you measure. Here, see here, we are getting here 15.5 centimeter. Okay, this is the right way. You place the scale in contact. Like this, you place the scale with contact the object. Okay, after that, you measure how much length. Dear student, let us see another one picture here. You don't keep scale like this with object. You keep any object. You place the scale in contact with the object along its length. Okay, dear student, next second one. Dear student, when you have any broken scale, then how can we measure? Dear student, avoid taking a measurement from zero mark. Dear student, you use any other full mark of the scale. For example, if you taking any broken scale, at one end you take measurement from 1.0 centimeter, from 1 centimeter. After that, you subtract the reading of the mark from the reading at the other end. For example, dear student, if you taking the reading at starting mark 1 centimeter and the other end it is 6.5 centimeter. Therefore, the length of an object 6.5 centimeter minus 1 centimeter. When we doing the subtraction, we are getting here 5.5 centimeter. Dear student, here measured length is 5.5 centimeter. Okay, dear student, next point. When you measuring any length of an object, dear student, correct position of the eye also very important. Okay, dear friend, correct position of the eye is also important for making measurement. Dear friend, when you measuring any object, the correct position of our eye is also important to measurement of the length. Dear friend, your eye must be exactly above the point where the measurement is to. Dear friend, see this picture here. You observe here this picture. Here position B is the correct position of the eye. If you measuring the length, you should start at position B. From position B, the reading is 7.5 centimeter. Okay, from position A and C, the reading may be different. Okay, if you standing at position A, you getting another measurement. If you standing at position C, you getting another measurement. Here we are not getting a correct measurement. So here when you taking any measurement, you should stand at exact position. Then only you will getting a correct measurement. Okay, dear friend, let us see some activity here. See, here some students are measuring the height of classmate by using yard span and by using meter scale. Dear friend, let us see activity here. Dear friend, in this activity, here Bhavana and Nitin measuring height by hand span and scale. See here Bhavana height, here marking. After that, Bhavana measuring by hand span. Here she getting here total hand span, that is 16 and left over here. Okay, next, and here Nitin also measuring by hand span, and his height is he getting here total 17 and left over. Next, dear student, here measuring Bhavana height by using measurement tape. See, she getting here 140 centimeter. Okay, next, Nitin height is 150 centimeter. Okay, this is the measurement of hand span and scale. See here again. Dear student, you have observed here this activity. Here students are measure the height of classmate by using hand span and by using meter scale. Dear friend, this activity you also do in your home and you complete this table. Okay. Okay, dear friend. Next, I am taking here next point, that is the measuring the length of a curved lines. Okay. Dear friend, see, when we measuring curved line, we can't measure the length of a curved line directly by using a meter scale or by using a meter rod. We can't measure the length of the curved line. Okay, dear friend, we can use a thread to measure the length of a curved line. Dear friend, let us see an activity here. Dear friend, see, we have to measure here curved line. See, you draw by sketch pen and you mark point A and point B. After that, you take one thread. See, here one thread, here measuring the curved line, and I am marking here A. See, from A, see, you measure curve like this, and see here you take correctly. See here, see, I am getting here end point B. See here, I got end point B. I am marking here by sketch pen. Okay. Now I am taking here scale.
After that, you stretched this straight. After that, you measure by the scale. You getting here total how much centimeter? See, you see here we are getting here total 28 centimeter.
Dear friend, you have seen here how we can measure the curved line by using thread. Dear friend, you also do this activity by using thread and you measure any curved line. Okay. Dear friend, I am going to take next point, that is moving things around us. Dear friend, you make a table and write a different object name and find which are in motion and which are at rest. Okay, for example, see here on table we have.
Dear friend, see, you observe this table. Here, object at rest, objects in motion. See, here we have some object. We have to write here which are motion, which are at rest.
Dear friend, by this activity you understood which objects are in motion and which objects at rest. Dear friend, my question here, what is the motion? It is a state of an object in which they are moving, that is, they are changing their place with the changing the time. That is we will call motion. And the next point, do you know what is mean by rest? All the stationary objects which are not in moving, that is, do not change their places with time, or should be rest. Dear friend, I hope you completing this table. Dear friend, next point I am taking here, types of motion. Dear friend, we have seen so many types of motion. Dear friend, first one I am taking here, rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion means when the object changes their position with time along a straight line. This type of motion is called rectilinear motion. Dear student, let us see some example.
See here, vehicles moving on the road. This is the rectilinear motion, and march fast. This is also rectilinear motion. Okay, this type of motion is called rectilinear motion.
Dear student, these are the example for rectilinear motion. Okay, next one, circular motion. Dear student, when a object moves in a circular path, its motion is known as circular motion. For example, dear student, motion of stone tied in a thread. When we rotating thread, that is also moving in a circular path. That is one of the example for circular motion. And second one, motion of a blade of an electric fan. This is also one of the example for circular motion. Here, blade of the fan rotating in circular path. So this is one of the example for circular motion. Okay, next, this is also moving in a circular path at a fixed point. This is one of the example for circular motion. Yes, friend, in circular motion, the object remains at the same distances from a fixed point. Yes, friend, you observe here.
See, first one here, seconds hand in clock and blade of an electric fan. These are circular motion examples. Okay, see here, blade of an electric fan rotating at a fixed point and seconds hand also in clock. These are the example.
Blade of the fan here moving in a circular path, but this is fixed. This is rotating at a same distances from a fixed point. Next, second one example you see here, motion of seconds hand in a clock. This is also one of the example for circular motion. Because here seconds hand in a clock rotating in a circular motion at a fixed point. This is also one of the examples for circular motion. Dear friend, next point I am taking here, rotational motion. Dear friend, rotational motion means in which a whole body moves about an axis is called a rotational object. For example, motion of a top or spinning top. This is one of the example for rotational motion. Here, complete body moving about an axis. Okay, so we can say this is the example for rotational motion. Dear student, next one, periodic motion. Periodic motion means motion in which an object repeats its motion after a fixed interval of time. That is, we will call periodic motion. Okay, for example,
Branch of the tree. This is one of the example for periodic motion. And swing. This is also one of the example for periodic motion. And here membrane of drum. This is also example for periodic motion and pendulum in bell. Okay, these are the examples.
oscillation of a pendulum. This is one of the example for periodic motion. And motion of a swing. This is also one of the example for periodic motion, because here swing is repeat its motion after a fixed interval of time. Dear student, next example, the membrane of drums or the membrane of tabla. This is also one of the example for periodic motion, because these all object repeats its motion after a fixed interval of time. So we can say these are the periodic motion. These are the some different types of motion. Dear student, we have to know here some object showing combination of two or more types of motion. Do you know which objects are showing combination of two or more types of motion? Yes, some objects are showing here combination of two or more types of motion. For example, the ball is rolling on the ground and rotating as well as moving forward along the ground. This ball also showing here combination of two or more types of motion. Okay. Thus, the ball undergoes a rectilinear motion as well as rotational motion. This is an example for combination of two or more types of motion. Dear friend, next one, see here. We have seen so many situations. For example, motion of earth. Earth executes rotation on its axis and also revolves around the sun. This is also combination of two or more motion. Okay, next one. Butterfly flitting from flower to flower. This is also showing combination of two or more motion. Okay, and another one, a river flowing. This is also showing a combination of two or more motion. Okay, and a aeroplane flying. That is also showing combination of two or more motion. Okay, and blood flowing inside our body. That is not flowing in a rectilinear motion. That is not flowing here in a rotational motion. Blood also flowing here combination of two or more motion. Dear student, these are some examples for combination of two or more motion. Dear student, finally we have to know here motion is everywhere around us. Okay, dear student, in this chapter we are discussing motion and some measurement of distances and some standard unit of measurements, and we have discussed some types of motion. Okay, dear student, in next class we are going to start new lesson. Okay, thank you.